Book 2, A Journey to Real Freedom, Part 19. I didn't have to do anything, because the horse knew what to do and where to go. We jumped from the hilltop and went towards the sun, higher and higher into the sky. ReBISAR pointed to the sun as we stopped in mid-air. As he did, there was something about it that suddenly seemed different. The sun was not hot or cold, but real. I could look straight into it without blinking. I wondered about this and began to experience a real presence taking place. I was seeing the sun like I had not seen it before. In my own way, I began to recognize I was seeing more than just a sun in the sky. Then ReBISAR motioned to me to follow him. Soon there was nothing but the blue sky, with the huge sparkling ocean below. We were riding the gentle wind that seemed to sing as we moved along. I could hear a sound that was coming to me, as I then once again looked up at the sun. It was a new sound I had never heard before. I soon began to realize that this was what I was looking for. The invisible something that I could sense was real and supportive. I was having this experience, but I could also see at the time I did not have what I needed to recognize what was fully taking place. You are once again becoming aware of the real, youngster, said ReBISAR, as he was obviously reading my thoughts. I heard what he said, and I began to wonder what he meant. What is it that I am really looking for, Mr. ReBISAR? I asked. The great secret of life that everyone is looking for, he said, as we silently sailed through the sky, as the sun was now locked into me. What is that? I asked, as I could still sense the presence of the sun. You have been here many times before, and on a wondrous journey this very moment. This is your time, Duane. This is the life where you will wake up and share the most. This is why you have the strong desire to be at the ocean. It reminds you of your real home, the real UNUversisss. Your last lifetime and the ones before that were in preparation for this one, and you will write about it some day, said ReBiSarr as he waved to me to go higher into the sky. I don't think I know how to write, sir, I said. ReBiSarr laughed and said, You will soon learn when the time is right, but for now you are the child of life, and you are exploring your new awareness. So have fun with what you have. I really know all of this, I thought to myself. Yes, you do. You are the golden warrior from the ears, said ReBiSarr Tars. I am? That sounds pretty neat. What does it mean? I asked. You are like us, the radiant guides of the true reality, he said, as he pointed into the sun once again, as I once more looked straight into it, and this time became even more amazed at what I saw. The sun was now speaking to me, and at the same time I became as though I were motionless. It spoke to me, but not in words, more so like impressions that were weightless. I knew what it was saying, and at the same time I could not register the meaning. I was in a dream world that was so much more than a dream could be, because I knew this is real. As I started to say something, the entire scene gently faded, and I was back with Mum in the car. When she made a sharp turn, I ended up bumping up against the car door. I was once again discouraged with the very thought about having to come back to Earth. What was that, Mum? I asked, as I looked around where we were. Did I wake you, sweetie? There was a cat running in the road, and I had to react fast to miss him, she said. I'm okay. Where are we? I asked. We are where we are going to live, so take a look around, she said. From what she was telling me, we had finally reached our destination, the suburb. This place looked just like all the other places we had driven through, and I did not feel very excited at all, especially from what I just came back from with ReBiSar. From what I was seeing, my guess was that this entire planet was a bunch of suburbs. I was hoping that this suburb was near the ocean, but as things would have it, it wasn't. Life seemed to be testing me so much more than I wanted. I felt as though I was at the mercy of life while I was on the earth, or maybe what I thought was life. After being aware in my dream worlds, I knew I should have the advantage with my life, and not this world that knocks me around. Even at my young age, I questioned what I was doing here and why I came back. As I thought about the flying horse with ReBiSar, I could hear him speaking to me. You are here, Duane, because you are needed. Everyone else has come back because they do not know where else to go, and they are not usually willing to explore, but they will when you are ready to show them how to become aware, he said, from somewhere within me. For the first time, I heard ReBiSar talking to me while I was in my body. It was really neat. We finally came to a stop and ended up in a place Mum had arranged for us. It was called an apartment. There were also other people who lived close by us. It seemed as though it was a large house with a lot of different bedrooms that all looked the same. As we became settled in our new bedroom apartment, I soon met some of the people who lived in the other bedrooms, which they called their apartment. Some of the people were very nice, but others were different, and I mean really different. Apartment living is not like on the farm, where you have a lot of room. It is more like the chicken cages that were on the farm. Here you have only so much room, and then there is always someone staring in your window as they walk by your front bedroom window. I didn't mind the people, even when they were being funny and would make strange faces as they walked by. The first night that we slept in the apartment, I had a dream that I was still trying to get to the ocean. In this experience, I was in the apartment trying to find my way out. I was going from room to room, and every time I would try to get out, there would be another room that had no exit. Finally, I sat down in a chair in one of the rooms and just let go from exhaustion. I was very frustrated because I couldn't get out of any of these places. Then ReBISAR walked into the room. "Do you need a little help here, Sonny?" he asked me, with a big grin on his face. Of course, I agreed. "I sure do, sir. I can't seem to get out of here. Every door seems to lead nowhere," I said to him, rather frustrated. "I can fix that. Follow me," he said with a happy face, as he opened a door and we went outside. To my surprise, we were suddenly at the ocean and standing on the beach. It was all so colourful and beautiful. The giant sun in the sky was shining upon everything. "Wow," I said. "This is great. This is where I wanted to be." "Of course it is," he replied. "This is where all things come from. This is where you came from. Look at the water and how the lights shimmer and glitter all over it. It is not really the reflection of the sun, but the reality of where all things come from. Look closely, and you will see that the ocean is alive with the awareness of itself."
you.